Today in dollars and cents, the way people bank is changing.
A new FICO survey reveals what consumers want from their banks and how banks can build customer trust and create more positive experiences. Joining us to continue the conversation this morning is bank expert Darryl Knopp of FICO. Darryl, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve and Tyrah.
Thanks for being with us from Atlanta today. So what does this survey reveal that consumers are looking for in a bank, and how is banking changing in 2024?
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, banking's changed quite a bit for those of us with a little bit of silver on the hair. And I think what we've really seen in the last kind of 5 to 10 years, and more importantly, what we're talking about here now as we get in third of the way through 2024, is the digital bank or the digital apps really become the center of our banking world. Time and time again, what we're seeing is the bulk of transactions are being completed, the bulk of our payments, the bulk of the way in which we get transparency into our banking is all through that digital banking app. And so the branches and the call centers and other places are really now supportive of that digital app, but that is the center of where our banking world is today.
I don't remember the last time I set foot into a physical bank, Darryl. I use online banking myself. What are some of those factors influencing banking customers?
Great question. I mean, I think that what people are really looking for is that it's timely and convenient. And, you know, that channel, of course, maybe when we first started doing digital banking wasn't that way, but now it's getting much better. But the survey shows us that 1 in 4 people will drop out of a process, certainly from a new customer standpoint, if it takes 10 minutes or more. And there's 2 surprising things there for me. One is, how come it's so low as far as 1 in 4? Why isn't it 3 out of 4 would drop? For me, if a process is taking more than 3 or 4 minutes for anything but a complex product like a mortgage, I get impatient. We all get impatient. Our time is so precious that it's really timely and convenient.
What is, when it comes to online banking, what is making the difference there? And I'm also having this thought as you're talking here, Darryl, about, some of our older viewers that might be watching who are used to that old brick and mortar type situation where they don't do a lot of their banking online, and they're having to sort of make this adjustment into this online banking world and how difficult that can be for them in some cases.
I think, hey, that's a great question, and there's a few things in there. So let me dig into that one a little bit. I think the way in which we build trust from a financial services perspective is by making people feel safe, right? And so I think that what we've really seen in the last 5 to 10 years, and more importantly in 23 and now into 24, is that there's a number of tools and our ability to build out that trust. So making people feel safe, which is different from being safe. So let me talk about feel safe. Feel safe is if I ask you for something, I explain why I'm asking, I'm transparent in how you're going to do that, and then you build that process of safety. And then legitimately, the second one is being safe. You must, in fact, prevent fraud. You have to make sure you're dealing with the right individuals. And I think that, the older demographic is a great example of, I don't want to bring up something negative, but during COVID, what we really saw is a lot of us got forced into doing all of our banking in the digital channel. It was so difficult to get the branches. And what we're seeing now when we look at it is across all demographics, more and more people are being comfortable with digital banking. But it is making sure that, the other thing I'll slip in there is that process needs to be intuitive, right? What might be intuitive to a Gen Z is not necessarily intuitive to a baby boomer or to a Gen Xer like myself.
Fascinating.
Well, it is fascinating.
Yeah.
The technology world is just changing rapidly, and it's changing the way we move our finances.
It certainly is.
Thank you so much, Darryl, for joining us.
Thank you very much.